Yo, yo, what up? This your boy O coming at y'all with another movie review. This time right here, y'all, is Superman. You know what I'm saying? The new one, you know what I'm saying? 2025, Uh, I seen all the Superman movies. Man of Steel, the original, the first couple ones, you know what I'm saying? This one right here, this Superman right here, man, is more of what I think the movie should be. This movie right here, man, it was funny. You know what I'm saying? It had some parts in it where, man, you feel bad, for the Superman. It had a couple parts where you got mad at Superman, but all in all, you know, I'm going to give it to y'all, you know what I'm saying, an honest review 100%. You know what I'm saying? While I watch this movie again, yeah. Will I go back to the movies and watch it again? Yeah. I'm gonna give it, I'm gonna jump in straight into it, you know what I'm saying, out of a 10. 10 being very, the best movie ever, one being, whatever. This one right here, I gotta give it a 9. I'm gonna give it a 9 because the actors, they did a very good job. The one that played Lex Luthor, did a very good job. The one that played Superman, very good job. The one that played Lois Lane, very good job. You know, everybody did their thing. And the thing is, they were believable. They were believable as a role. They were believable as a part, that they were playing. You know what I'm saying? You believe them. When you came in the movie, you be like, yo, that's Superman right there. You know what I'm saying? Superman always been this nerdy kid, the sports kid. He's always been very modest, humble. You know what I'm saying? Because that was his parents. That was his parents. You know what I'm saying? The one that took over, the one that helped him. Raised him up. That were his parents. You know, the movie, it gets dark. Some parts it gets dark. They got some parts where you be like, what if that would have happened? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Lex Luger, man, he's obsessed with Superman. He knows the moves. He knows the thing. A couple of occasions, uh, Lex Luger was doing this thing. Lex Luger was playing games with Superman. You got a whole crew of people. There was like these soldier looking things, these robotic things, and he was controlling them. They had a room full of dudes. Whole room full of dudes. Listening to Les Luthor. You know what I'm saying? When to throw the punch, when to throw the kick, when to sidestep, when to move, when to block, when to counter punch, when to do jump, when to fly, when to do all of these things. And so Les Luger, he was battling. He might as well would have been right in the ring, with Superman. But the thing is, he's so smart. You know what I'm saying? That he got so much money, that he could do these things. There was two of them that were, I guess Superman was flying. So they had this one lady that had a whole bunch of little robots inside of her. She sacrificed herself for Les Luger, believed in Les Luger, so she was hanging on Superman bombs. So they were flying, and he was getting injected, with a whole bunch of little nanobots blocking his lungs. They had another robot that was fighting him, like a bruiser, like a brawler, you know. So, the whole thing is, man, he's looking for his dog. Like, basically, he gets kidnapped. Les Luger kidnaps him. Makes him weak. They have this one dude that can transform into any, like, mineral thing. So he transforms into that green kryptonite. You know what I'm saying? That kryptonite that, kill or changes, kills Superman. You know what I'm saying? So he's in the cage, he's in the thing right there with him, and they got his kid, in hostage. He's like, man, you're gonna work for us, or we're gonna kill your kid. So basically the dude gotta do what Lex Luthor say. So, man, Superman is human. Like, he's too human for his own good. So Lex Luthor, he gets one of them guys that came up, with Superman. When because there was in the beginning of the movie, when you see Superman drop, Superman fall, boom, hit the ground hard. He lost this fight versus this robot. Basically, that robot was Lex Luthor. You know what I'm saying? So he was fighting with, with Lex Luthor, but a big ass robot fighting, boom, 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 and then knocked him down. So when you see the in the beginning of the movie, when he whistled, whoo shit, and he called a dog, he basically flew back to the fortress, where Fortress of Solitude. You know what I'm saying? So every time he go to the Fortress of Solitude, he got like a message, you know what I'm saying, from his Krypton parent, So, he kind of listened to the message. So when they doing that, Lex Luthor, he's trying to find out where he's at. So when he got his ass kicked, he sent people to follow him and see where he go. Where they found out homeboys in the middle of Antarctica, whatever. And so the one lady that got all the nanobot follow him, boom, sends him in. They know where he live. They go inside, wreck everything, mess everything up for the Superman, you know what I'm saying? So they got this message where they get into his head, with the rest of the message, because the message was messed up. You know what I'm saying? So when the lady breaks the code, Luthor breaks the code, basically his mom's like, oh, we love you, we send you to a place where you could be king, you know what I'm saying? These are crazy, stupid people, you can take over if you really want, but we love you, we send you there because we were dying, we want to give you the best chance, but the thing is, when he crash landed as a kid, the other parents took care of him, in the middle of a farm. He learned humility, he learned gracefulness, he learned all of these things, from, I think his parents were the one that raised him up in Kansas, where they raised him up at. You know what I'm saying? So with the Kents, but yo, like I said, this movie, man, right here, man, is so good, man. The action scenes and everything like that. It's like you watching a video game, you watching the comic book. In some parts of video game, because like I said, when Lex Luthor fight, man, he fight, with video game, he fight with robots, he fight with all of these things, technical, so they got this dog called Krypto, that Superman dog. So, basically Krypto, he don't know nothing about no Krypto. He know about Superman. He seen Superman. He knows Superman. He could, think ahead of the moves and all of what Superman gonna do. He had no idea what that dog gonna do. Nobody could control that dog. Not even Superman could control that dog. That dog, that dog. Boy, that dog bad. Boy, that dog. So basically, when Lex Luthor fight Superman, he used a whole bunch of cameras. And they could see, okay, he's going to do this, he's going to do this punch, that punch, he's going to do the laser, do this, do that. But when they broke into his Fortress of Solitude, that's supposed to be a spoiler, the first spoiler I'm going to give y'all, he's fighting his clone, a dumber version of Superman. All Lex Luthor, every time, Superman fight, man, he goes down there to try to find blood, trying to find hair, trying to find whatever. So he found hair, and he made a Superman clone, a dumber Superman clone, listening in to Lex Luthor. But but he fight, man. He starts to learn and adapt and stuff like that. So in the beginning of the fight, okay, block here, do this punch, do this hut, do this, that, But then when he fights Superman versus Superman, it's basically a Superman versus Superman fight. The dog is the one that wins. The dog is the one, boy. The dog is the one getting all of the radios, getting all of the little drones or whatever they use. They were like little balls and stuff. Man, he was picking them out of the sky. When he went and he jumped in with with Lex Luger, where Lex Luger was at. Man, he met Lex Luger up. Man, he got more punches in, more headbutt, bite marks, claw mark, whatever, more than Superman did. Superman, everybody sees Superman weakness is, the Krypton, you know what I'm saying? That he can't really Krypton or whatever, or try to slow him down with it. But Lex Luger, man, got real close. Lex Luger got real close, he whooped his ass with the machine. He whooped his ass with the little nanobites thing inside of his stomach, inside of his breath. But yeah, man, but Superman did his thing, man. You know what I'm saying? They even a couple things. You see Supergirl. You see Supergirl. You know what I'm saying? His niece, and that basically Krypto belongs to her. You know what I'm saying? And the other thing, he was working with the other dude. You saw him in the commercial. They got this Green Lantern dude. Green Lantern. Fighting with the ring and everything like that. You got the lady like a bird, like she's screeching all the time. You know what I'm saying? She's like with a big mace. She goes in there and hits you. You know what I'm saying? And screeching at you. Like a bird and all that. I mean, she was cool. But like I said, the other one was like this black dude, half robot, kind of look like Cyborg a little bit, you know what I'm saying, where he could take over computers. He got, computers that follow him, drones, stuff like that. So he, like I said, very, very powerful too. But, that's his group, saying that he calls in, he asks for a favor. Got a lot of wars going on between two places, and they go over there to do the thing, like superheroes. But like I said, man, the movie very good, bro. I got to, again, for real, I got to give it a 9. I'm going to give it a 9, you know what I'm saying? A very, very strong 9. And, man, come watch this movie, man. You're going to like this. It's a comic book, man. You watching a comic book, like the way it's supposed to be, the way it's supposed to be done. Man, you see all type of aliens and all type of shit, man, that, Superman fighting, robots and things like that. And even the little dragon thing that he fought in the beginning, or whatever the hell that was, a kaiju or whatever, man, he fought all type of shit, man, and he cares about people, So when he's like, everybody, because he could turn quick, Again, Lois Lane, very good in this movie, man. You could tell, man, she was spicy with it. This Lois Lane right here. Man, she's spicy with it, she put Superman, homeboy Clark Kent, you know what I'm saying, on his toes now, so she she's good. Lois Lane good. And the only thing I didn't like about the movie, man, like I said, they have this part where they stole Oleg's information. You know what I'm saying? From Lex Luger, from LexCorp. And yeah, man, they're like they're doing this thing on like a hovercraft thing, on like a spaceship thing, and that the black dude drives. I forgot that dude's name. You know what I'm saying? But he's one of the superhero. And man, they flying around, man. Lois Lane flying them around valet style. And bro, they getting work done. They charging their phone. They doing all of the thing. They bringing the whole report together. They writing a damn exclusive. They making phone calls. They doing Zoom meetings on top of this machine. You know what I'm saying? And then, but at the very end, like I said, it worked because they need that to show who the real villain of the thing is. When Lex Luthor. You're like, Superman's the main villain, this and all that. But you could believe Lex Luthor. But that's when they show him that he was the one behind everything, and he was the one, behind, closed doors and doing and calling shots and stuff like that. So yeah, man, let Luffy. Yeah, man, he got a detention cell block holding people and monsters and all type of things. If you ever did anything wrong with Les Luffy, you were in that prison. You were in that prison. They got a whole bunch of monsters in there. Ex-girlfriend was in there. Man, all type of people in there. All type of people were in there. Let Luffy, man. Let Luffy don't play. But yeah, man, it's a very good movie. Go watch it, bro. Again, I'm going to say it from the bottom of my heart. Stay love, stay blessed, stay positive. I love y'all, man. Peace.